Hello everyone and welcome to this demo of Run the World's platform. So you see here, you'll click sign in from our homepage. And first I'm going to walk you guys through a couple different ways to create an event. The first one is start simple. The second one is get advanced. Start simple is just a single session, kind of fireside chats, meetups, workshops and such. Get advanced is more for your multi-session track. So here's the cover photo that you'll customize. You'll be able to add in whatever event title you want. So I just put this one as single session. That cover photo is definitely something that we really recommend for your branding and such. Make that your own. Put in whatever event description you want, and obviously you're going to set the time down here. Pretty darn self-explanatory. And you can also see I can change that to 2:15, for example, if you didn't want it to start right on the hour or the half-hour mark. So you can kind of customize that for however you want. Ticketing is all built in within our platform, as you see there. So if you want it free or paid, and then also public or unlisted, depending on if you want it to potentially show up on our Explore page or not. And voila, we have just created our first single session event here. It says it's hosted by myself. That's for the cover photo. You see test where that description would show up there, and this one was just free. But it really is that easy to actually create that. You can change that theme color to whatever you want as well to really kind of make it look good with whatever your cover photo looks like. And we can go up to, there's the share button at the top, and that's going to be where you can actually copy and share that either to, if you wanted to post that on an external website, linking people to come register for your event here, or if you wanted to share to your followers, anything like that. That's all possible through that share button. And then we can go into manage event and go into the back end a little bit and show you some things. So here in the event details tab was essentially what I just showed you. It has all that, the paid, the free, everything like that. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you can actually add in your speaker details here. So I just put in, a colleague of mine, you can put in whatever you want, obviously. And this is actually what's going to show up on the invitation page as well. So just keep that in mind. Then you'll be able to, we recommend always putting in some sort of profile picture for those speakers so it really looks built out on the event page. But easy as that to actually add in that, speaker details. And so if I were to click update event, now I just saved that. And we can go over and actually now invite that speaker. So I can put in a fake email address here. But so put in that email, click send. And voila, we have just invited our speaker to this event. So now if we go over to the attendees tab, here you'll be able to see all the different attendees. If you're on the Pro plan, you can actually see a list of those attendees with emails. Otherwise, you'll just see their name and headline there. But I can put in, an attendee also by just putting in their email there. If you had a CSV file of all these different, email addresses of people you wanted to attend, you can just copy and paste that, click register, and then that's another way you can register people into your event. Next, another cool feature on our platform is the survey. So upon registration, you can have people fill out a survey so you can kind of learn a little bit more about, whoever they are, and then you can also then download that information later. So my example was what type of event do you plan on running, but you can obviously ask whatever you want from your attendees and kind of gather that information, which is extremely beneficial as you are trying to collect this data from them. And you can even have that display on their name card or whatever else, but that's essentially, and yeah, a few other things there. You may be required or not. The name card is just something that people see if they're on stage. They have a little card to better, explain who they are. But it's that easy to create a survey. You can have as many questions in there as you want, so definitely highly recommend. And then obviously no one filled it out in this demo, but you'll be able to kind of download those responses later on. And here in the emails tab, you'll actually be able to send out emails to attendees. So, if I were to put, you can put whatever reply to email so they can actually be replying to you, but you're sending it from Run the World. So right now I'm sending emails to attendees, but I can also send emails to speakers or attendees and speakers. Everything from, hey, your event's about to start to whatever you need to say to them. Sometimes if there's changes in the event schedule or whatever else, that's beneficial just to email them from our system. And there are also 3 automated emails sent from Run the World. One is sent 72 hours before the event, one is sent 24 hours before your event, and one is sent 1 hour, just to kind of, that as our own reminders that, hey, the event's about to start, but just so you're aware there. We can go over to our sponsor section next. So on our sponsor plan, you can actually add in sponsors here so they kind of show up on your event page. So, I'll put in Run the World as a sponsor of this, since this is a Run the World demo. Put in whatever link you'd like. So I just went over and, copied over our Run the World event page link. And then, if you want to have any sort of marketing message, you're welcome to do that, or you can just put in another logo like so. One thing to keep in mind here, that logo and the event cover photo that we had, those are both 2-to-1 ratio. So just keep that in mind as you don't want part of your sponsor's logo to get cut off or anything like that. Over on the Insights page, after the event's done, you'll be able to kind of get all these different reports. If this was a paid event, you'd see all your sales, your number of tickets sold, things like that. And then over here in the More section, you'll be able to see the recording, all the recordings there listed. If you want to actually upload your own recording to whatever session, you can do that here, and you can also get rid of recordings, and you can also customize that event URL. That's something to keep in mind. And then also here's where you create promotion codes, so if you wanted to have some sort of promo code for the paid event, you can set the number and then the code that people can type in. And that's just, if you want to give anyone the extra promotion code or whatever it is. So we can go over to this event now, so you see what the final product was. So we still have the RTW, the test. We have a nice thank you to our sponsors now. So you see that's actually a clickable link. So if I had to click that, it takes me to, the Run the World website in that case. Obviously the speaker profile is the same there, the test bio, but they can read about their different speakers, and that's actually where they're going to show up there. And then the ticket, still just a free ticket, so that didn't change on that end. But yeah, that was the easiest way to do that. And so now we're going to go and look at super quickly what the Get Advanced option is, which is kind of more of our multi-track, multiple sessions at once. So I'll do a quick Get Advanced demo. I'll speed through this one a little bit faster just because a lot of it is similar, but it is a different interface, and we want to make sure either way that you're comfortable creating your event, whether it's a single session or multi-session, have the same public or unlisted there. And a reminder, the public just has a chance of being featured on our Explore page. With the enlisted, only people with the link will be able to join. Like I said, very, very similar, but instead of adding speaker on this, like the single session here, you're going to add the sponsor. So we put in Run the World again, do the same link, essentially putting in the same things. So I'll copy that over here. Same marketing message. If you want to have some sort of marketing message there, I just put Run the World for fun. And then the same logo, which, like I said before, is a 2-to-1. Just want to be able to, show you what it looks like on this page as well. And we'll actually add a sponsor booth to this if you guys were interested in sponsor booths within the sponsor plan, that you will do that through this. So here's actually a different speaker page. Essentially, you're putting in the same information. So you're going to, put in the speaker logo like you had there, or the speaker profile picture, excuse me. As well as here's a full name, so we can, right now I'm actually building out so for the sponsor representative, you're actually going to have to add them as a speaker as well, so just so you can kind of see what the sponsor booth looks like. But essentially I added that in there. I can also make one as keynote speaker and the other's not a keynote speaker if I want to. But with the sponsor reps or any other speakers, it'll be essentially the same thing. You're just going to have to add them all here, and they'll actually then show up on the invitation page. Here again, similar page. This one's for tickets. It has the ticket limit if you want to have a description. If you wanted early bird, regular, VIP tickets. We do offer tiered ticketing in our platform, all built in, which makes it super easy for you guys. Here's a pretty cool, this is where the agenda really, and this is really where your event will come to life. You can control who joins each talk. So, if I wanted a specific ticket holder or passcode holder, for example, I can put the passcode as, I think, just put it as passcode, for example, real secure. I know, but so if you wanted to, control who's actually joining those, add a different session. I think this one I'm going to do a booth type, but you see, so there's fireside chat, panel as well. The only difference between fireside chat, panel, and talk are the number of people. A talk, there's 1, a fireside chat is 2, a panel is up to 8. But here I did a sponsor booth just so you guys could see it as well, since we do have a lot of questions on setting up sponsor booths. And so I had the sponsor representative there, and then the sponsor has run the world. So for each booth, there will be a representative needed. Also can always control who joins that. But yeah, that's essentially, and so you're just building out this entire session. So if I wanted to make something else, say, oh, let's put in a cocktail party here, for example. Our cocktail party is our one-on-one speed networking. So it's really a fun way to interact with a lot of people one-on-one in your event. Definitely hard to do that sometimes, and this is really a beneficial way to, have people connect with other people within your event. So here's me building out cocktail party. You can also do this within the session, which I'll show you a little bit later, but this in a multi-session event, you can also kind of have its own standalone where it's just going to start and stop automatically. This one's going to start at 7:45, stop at 9 o'clock, 5-minute interactions for those cocktail party sessions. This is the group-based. There's either random or group-based. You see how I put group A, group E there, and so if I wanted random matching, it would just be normal, and then that one would be group-based. It'll remind you if you made any mistakes. This one, for example, I forgot to I changed the event date, so I had to do so here. And then and then I went over to the attachment page. Here's where you would upload any pre-recorded videos. Definitely not, mandatory, but if you did have any pre-recorded videos within your platform, I'll show you where you're going to save those and such, but that's where you would add it there. Similar to single session, here's where you would do the promotions. So if you had any of those promo tickets, also similar here, I'll put, my colleague again, her fake email address, so Natalie at Run the World, and voila, that would show up there. So now I have an attendee. Same survey. I'm not going to go through that since I just did, but essentially the exact same thing if I were to create that survey. Also the messaging, exactly the same as single session. Here's the recording. So if I wanted to actually upload a recording into one of those, you see that I can do that there instead of have someone, live there for those recordings. So that's just something to keep in mind. If I were to click publish, it'll get all this beautiful event page again. So here we go. This is what our Get Advanced looks like. Still says hosted by me. Still has that beautiful RTW that you'll be able to change. Still has the same test description. So a lot of it looks similar. One thing a little bit different. So I noted myself as a keynote. So it had I am speaker, which was my bio there. And then also the sponsor rep below. And then here it actually has the agenda. So this is the big difference because this is multi-session. It'll have those different sessions there with the cocktail party. But still has the free to register, and then we can actually enter the event when it's time. And so here's what the event page looks like. You see I assigned myself to be speaking in the Ryan's Talk one. In the booth, I assigned the sponsor, so I don't have a Your Speaking tab. But if you were a speaker, you're going to see the Your Speaking tab, and that's going to be how you know, oh, okay, I'm speaking in this event. So once I click into it, here you have me. So this is sitting there. You'll be able to choose your own camera, microphone, headphones, etc. We recommend using just the built-in stuff if you're not very tech savvy, but you're also more than welcome to kind of use your own. Here's that sponsor message will pop up. I added the sponsor into the event, so that's a good way to have that sponsor message pop up there. Going from the icon left to right. Oh, I have Natalie over here. Can't wait for this event to start. One thing, I'm actually in the green room right now. You see I have the go live button up there. And so I'm just kind of testing out. This is something we recommend you do with your speakers. If you were sharing any PowerPoint presentation or anything, that's kind of what it would look like. You can test that out before you go live, making sure everything looks good to go. And so essentially this is the green room though. And so until I click that go live button at the top, no one will be able to see anything. And so here I'm just also demonstrating, say I had a YouTube video, I wanted to make sure it worked before the actual event started. I can post links. It's the share video via link is the option. And so I posted that YouTube link directly here. And now you actually see it plays that YouTube video there for us. Something very cool and useful. And then here's the share video via attached file. I obviously didn't attach anything, but that's, something something to keep in mind. If you were to, click share video via attached link or via attached file, it'll have all your different videos there for you to look at. But here I realized I didn't go live yet, so you can have the option to record or not, and then you can click go live. From the back end, you'll see a 3, 2, 1, and then you are live streaming. And so now my attendee Natalie there can see me. You see she had a little clap emoji over there to the side, something very fun. And so I can also comment back to her, welcome, so we're live. She can hear me talking and such. And then this is also kind of my name card I was talking about with the survey earlier. So if I wanted to have survey questions show up there, you can have that. It had me as the host. I'm the host and the speaker here in this situation. Just talked about those share screen functions, and now we're going to dive into the stop video and mute yourself. So usually, obviously, pretty straightforward, but here you see I stop the camera, and stop the microphone. It actually removed me from stage completely. That's something to keep in mind if you want anyone kind of in the back end, being able to help a little bit without actually, being up on camera. They can always stop their video and microphone. Here we have Natalie. She requested to grab the mic, and so you saw the mic request, and so I clicked this down in the little bottom next to the microphone. You see, oh, I can bring her up onto stage. So Natalie just requested to grab the mic, and now we can talk. I can scroll over. I can see who she is. She has 19 followers, 39 following. I can also directly message her, if I click that message button there. But it's a fun way to, bring your attendees up onto stage, interact with you, everything like that. Definitely something we recommend doing within your events, especially because from the speaker side, you can only have, only the speakers are going to be on stage for that. So it really provides a lot of value to bring those attendees up. They can talk to your speakers, kind of have that more interactive event that we were really looking for there. And then you see I was able to click her off stage using that button, and she can also drop the mic to leave stage as well. Here's our magic box. Essentially, we call it the magic box, and the first one here I'm displaying is music. So if you had some sort of music intro you wanted to do, you'd play that there. There's a few different options there, and that's essentially just video file with audio to it. So if you wanted to upload your own music, you could also do that as well. We'll just put audio to whatever video file it is. Here's a poll. So our poll function is live polling, something very cool for the attendees to experience. I just, put, is it sunny today as a test question, but you can, add in other options. You can change it from yes or no to whatever you'd like. As you see, I put a smiley face and a sad face. You can delete the yes, no, so you can actually make these pretty complex questions if you'd like. But then I saw, okay, Natalie voted, oh, it's not sunny, sad face, but that's okay. Just so you can kind of understand how that poll function works, I was able to see it live, and attendees are also able to see the results of that live. Here's a fun one for if you need any sort of break within your event. We call this our yoga. We have our instructor here doing some stretch breaks for us and such. If you needed a little stretch break to make everyone feel loose and ready for the event to continue, you can always kind of use that as a little bit of a halftime. Here's our call to action. So I type in check out my website, click here as the button text, and then I'll put in the URL. I just put in that YouTube URL, but it doesn't matter. And that actually pops up to the top of the comment section over there. The comments are going to be where a lot of those attendees are talking to you. And then that's a good way to kind of pin any external information that you need there. So you're like, hey, check this out, pin that there, and it looks really, really nice. Here's our group fee. It's essentially a big group picture. Obviously, it's just going to be me and Natalie in this, so it won't look quite as cool, but imagine 200 faces here. After everyone takes their selfie, it has 2 people finished. You'll see that number increase with more people in the room. You can end that group fee whenever you'd like, and it'll generate this beautiful group picture. Obviously, everyone else will kind of be spread to the background, and from Natalie's perspective, it puts her right next to me, the speaker, so it's really cool, especially for the attendees. So it's like they're taking a picture, with you, even though they're not quite there. Then on our sponsor plan again, that's our sponsor shout out. Same thing that you saw when you entered the room, but it's a good way if you want to shout out your sponsor and have that be clickable again, kind of provide value for them. Next, so we have our cocktail party. So here, it's the same one-on-one interaction that I was talking about earlier, but here you can actually customize the number of chats and the chat length. So you see the estimated time is changing, and so you can have that anywhere between 1 and 10 chats for 2 and 10 minutes. You can add a conversation starter that would appear at the top of that cocktail party. That's how you'd set that up there. And then similar to before, either the mix it up or the break into groups. So with the mentors, mentees as my example here, but I can also do, group A, group B, whatever you want it to be. And you'd start that cocktail party, and so you see, okay, 5 rounds, 5 minutes, that looks good. It would bring you into a similar matching situation like this, and then you see it's one-on-one matching. You're talking to all these different people for 5 minutes at a time, and then it's going to cycle you to go match with someone else. Super fun way to meet other people that are also attending your event, and maybe even meet some of the speakers or other hosts and such. So that's a fun way to do that. Then we also have our new breakout, we call it our round tables. So anywhere between 3 and 8 people for more group-based discussion. This is kind of what this is designed for. You see there, I let 8 people be my maximum. I can add in, whatever topics I want there. So if I put topic 1, topic 2, but if it was a technology conference or a, venture capital, whatever it is, you can put different topics there. And so this is kind of a quick demonstration of what that looks like. You can watch the tutorial if it's your first time. You see them adding topics there as well. And then once you're ready to start that, it'll bring everyone from that room here to the round tables. And you see people, okay, so you're seeing, okay, all these people join those different tables. So if you wanted to join here, you can, join that table. And then if you're ready to leave, you can switch the table, go to a different one. Definitely something we recommend you guys trying out. And last but not least, we have the emojis over there that you see down at the bottom that attendees can kind of use. We also have, the comment section, the people tab up there. You'll be able to see who else is, in here and also initiate direct messages with them. Overall, you can do a lot with our platform. Definitely recommend you guys trying us out, and hopefully this was a helpful demo session for all of you. Thanks.